the HVAC industry is similar in a way to the automotive industry. So let me give you an analogy, right? Just like you have EVs and electric vehicles,
Right.
we have what's called heat pumps. Just like we have gasoline engines, we have furnaces, right? And then there are hybrids in between. The reason I'm drawing that parallel is for us, the hybrids are doing very well. And that's a category we like a lot because that means, let's say it's a really cold and it's 15 degrees outside, your furnace would run because at that point the heat pump's not very efficient and may not be able to heat the house properly. But on a normal day when it's 45 or 50 degrees outside, you would run a heat pump. So you get the best of both. So you get the right kind of natural heating with natural gas. But most days you don't need that. You just use a heat pump, which is 200 to 300 times more efficient than a traditional heating system. That's a category that's growing very well. Hybrids, which heat pumps also growing. Hybrids are growing well, and furnace is something that we're proud of. But it's obviously 20 years from now, people may not have furnaces
Right.
as technology catches up. So that's kind of where we are. One of the things that we're also doing very well is now you may have a product in your main home, but you want to just put a room above your garage, or you're doing a bedroom addition. In US, it's very hard to put that room in appropriate way without doing duct work and ripping
Sure.
out drywall.
There's a lot that goes into that.
So we have a joint venture with Samsung where we sell products known as mini splits. Very excited. Now this will be called Lennox, powered by Samsung.
Wow.
Unique proposition because Samsung usually does not co-brand,
Right.
but our partnership with them in such a way that you can use that for home additions.
How'd you do that, by the way? How'd you get that deal?
Lots of tips. You gotta go to Korea and you gotta drink a lot of soju. You drink a lot of soju, you go to Korea, you get a Samsung
That's
partnership.
excellent.
It's easy.
That is good advice. That's amazing.
So
Go ahead,
let me
Dave.
talk about the other side of it on the factory side. I think that's another one where we're starting to help out some companies using some humanoid robots to be able to have that AI to start building that. How automated is your factories, and what are those other opportunities that you're thinking of where AI could disrupt that?
Could be more automated. We have run very good factories. They're large factories. If you go to one of factories, there'll be a big air conditioner coming down the conveyor every 30 to 40 seconds. So you can imagine. So our factories are pretty large, automated, but it could be more. The challenge of labor has always been there. It's getting a little worse, and it's probably going to get a lot worse.
Right.
We do majority for manufacturing in US. We do quite a bit of manufacturing in Mexico as well, but that's mostly because we can't find the appropriate labor in US. Factories are in.
Unravel that a little bit. What do you mean by the challenge of labor and then the labor in US? Are you talking about from a cost perspective?
No availability. We are
For
we have factories.
the actual specialty.
Kids wanting to work in manufacturing. How many kids come out of high school and say, "I'm excited to go work in manufacturing"? Well, I'll move widgets from A to B all day long for the next 60 years. Doesn't happen anymore. They want to do
They're
different
spot on.
things.
They
They want to do
they
gig
want to
economy.
program the robot
Yeah,
that's
they
making
want code
move from
whiz.
A
They
to
want
B.
smart. What is Minecraft? Like they want to go build. They want to go do things digitally.
They want flexibility. They want to be in a gig economy, right? They
Gig
want to.
economy. Yeah.
They want to do other stuff. Just the charm of manufacturing is sort of worn off of people, and they're hard to attract. Like, the other thing is these factories are not in like midtown Manhattan, right? I mean, we have Stuttgart, Arkansas, which is like a very rural area.
Sure.
Yeah.
A lot of that migration from rural to urban is hurting us as well because you just don't have enough population pool in those areas, right? Because all the jobs are moving in that way. That's a challenge here. We are typically, when we are, let's just location Stuttgart, Arkansas, we're the highest paying employer in that area.
Yeah.
So it's not about the pay,
Right.
but we still have to open a factory
You
somewhere
have
else.
to have that quality of life also. So once you're out of the office and out of the factory, what else are you doing?
Exactly.
So what's the solution then? How do you go find? Is there some training programs that Lennox is doing?
We do. We invest a lot in training. We go to trade schools. We work with
Excellent.
trade schools on that. We have a foundation where we spend a lot of money on education. We have, try to count the number, but let's say 10 plus training centers across US where we train ourselves. We call it Build a Tech Program, BAT. So we build our own technicians, we train our own workers. We have
Build a tech program.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And do you know if is there any of those locations in Texas?
our headquarters in Richardson. We have a training center
You have it.
right in our Richardson
It's amazing.
center.